Hello everybody, Joe here. Welcome to the channel. Today's video, we've got a bit of an ab and core workout. So it's 10 minutes. Every minute on the minute, we're going to change to a new exercise. We're starting with Russian twists here. So with Russian twists, if you find it difficult to have your legs up in the air, feel free to just put your legs down on the ground. You can put your feet on the ground. If you want it a little bit more advanced, you can have your legs straight out. So just extend them as straight as possible. That would be the hardest variation of that. I'll do that later on in this so you can see that. There you go there. So again, this is the hardest version of it, and just putting your feet on the ground would be the easiest. So do what's necessary for you. Just try to finish the full minute. So every exercise, again, we're going to do the full minute of it. There's going to be no breaks in between, unless of course you really need a break. We're just going one exercise to the next until we're finished the whole 10 exercises. So the next one we're going to be doing is a plank jack. It's a high plank jack, so we're basically going to be in a push-up position, as you see here, and we're just going to be jumping out and in, out and in. So this doesn't look like an overly difficult movement or exercise. However, doing this for a minute, and as you'll see after this, we're going into another version of this in the high plank. So it's really going to work the shoulders, and you're really going to feel this in the lower abs. This is basically the bottom portion of a bodybuilder burpee, which is one of the best, my most favorite style of burpee. So you do this for 10-20 minutes, and your abs the next day are going to be on fire. So again, you can speed it up, you can slow it down. Feel free to take breaks if needed, but if you don't need breaks, do not take them, and just carry on to the next exercise, which is going to be mountain climbers. So again, same position, no stopping if you don't need to, and just go with the knees to the elbows. You can do a little bit of a twist if you want. You can get the right knee to the left elbow, left knee to the right elbow, or you can just lift them up a little bit if you like. And if you find this a little bit difficult, you can also just bring your toes up and touch the floor a little bit at each one. Or again, do 15 seconds on, 5 seconds off, or whatever you feel like. But ideally, you're doing this for the entire minute. It is starting off fairly easy right now, but it will get in a little bit more difficult later on. And of course, the more you do, the harder it's going to be as well. So the next exercise we're going to get into is alternating a leg raise. So for the alternating leg raise, you can have your hands below your butt. That is a slightly easier version of it, like so. Or you can have your hands straight out to the side, like so, or you can hold them up like that. That's going to be definitely harder than having your hands below your butt. If you have back problems, putting your hands below your butt kind of adds a little bit more of a low back support, and it'll be easier on your back. So try to keep your legs also as straight as you can, like so. If you find that a little bit difficult, feel free to just bend the legs. You can bend the legs as much as you can if it's a little bit too difficult for you to keep your legs straight. And also do your best to pull your toes in towards you. Don't point your toes like a ballerina. The next one is going to be very similar to this. It's just leg raises, but we're going to be doing leg raises at the same time. For this, I do recommend having your your hands below your butt. However, if you want to make it a lot more difficult, you can just put your hands to the side or in front of you, like we just did in the alternating leg raises. So doing these back to back, doing one or the other for a minute, I don't find very difficult. However, doing them back to back definitely adds a bit more of a difficulty, as you're doing leg raises for 2 minutes straight. That itself might not be that hard. However, when you're not stopping and you're doing these exercises back to back to back with 0 breaks in between, that is when it becomes a heck of a lot harder of a workout in general. So the next exercise after this, we're going to do a regular sit-up. So for the sit-up, you can have your feet straight out. You can put your feet under a sandbag, or you can have someone hold on to your feet if you can, if you find them a little bit too difficult. Otherwise, doing them like this is probably the more difficult of the variations. The more you have your feet in towards you, the less kind of leverage you have to kind of swing your body up. And if you are trying to do it like this, but you can't quite get up, just put your hands all the way back and kind of throw them up. As I'll show you in a few reps, you'll see what I mean by that. So again, there's the legs straight. This is, I would say it's a little bit more difficult. It's not overly hard, but then you'll see here, we can just throw the legs or throw the hands completely up and just make it super easy. So this doesn't really require much strength at all. The next one after this is going to be a high plank shoulder tap toe touch. So again, we're going to assume the push-up position. We're tapping the shoulders and then we're hitting the opposite legs, opposite knee, I should say. So you can do, or sorry, not the knees, we're going to do the feet. So again, if you find it too hard to do touch the feet, then feel free to just hit the knees. If you find that too difficult, you can skip that altogether, and maybe you can just stick with the top portion, which is just, hitting the shoulders itself. So left hand, right shoulder, right hand, left shoulder. Again, these will give you a six-pack as long as your diet is in check. There is no workout that is going to, give you an actual six-pack if you're eating terribly. So make sure your diet is in check and go from there. The next one is going to be the seated flutter kicks. By far, this one is going to be the hardest out of any of these movements. So as you can see here, keep the legs straight. We're pointing the toes in towards us. And keep those legs, flex those quadriceps to keep those legs straight. If you find that a little bit too difficult, you can simply just bend the legs a little bit. Or like myself here, no way I'm holding that the entire time. So take breaks as needed. Again, we're on the 8th exercise right now, and this again was the hardest one. So yeah, make sure your diet is in check, and you will get six-pack abs from these workouts. You'll also get an extremely strong core. So everyone tends to label their videos six-pack abs and all that kind of stuff. It's basically just because you need to put certain keywords in to have people, when they search, view your YouTube videos. So the next one is going to be a bicycle. You can do them super fast. You can do them super slow. I'm trying to make sure that my elbow comes in complete contact with my knee every time. Again, straighten the other leg as much as you possibly can. You can do it like this as I'm doing, where you're taking a break kind of in between. I'm really struggling hard right now, so that's why I'm doing it a little slower. Also showing you just a slightly different variation. But if you can, go a little bit quicker, get that leg, try and get that, if your right leg is in, your left leg, get it straight as you possibly can. And the last one after this is going to be the 10th exercise, and it's going to be an alternating plank twists. So this time we will be in a low plank position. Again, finishing off, twisting side to side. This is actually a fantastic ab workout. You don't really see many people doing these because they are pretty darn difficult. And especially as the last exercise, if you're doing this video and you're doing 10 minutes straight, you may struggle with this, especially if you're trying to really touch the hips to the ground. I am definitely struggling. The last exercise, the 8th and 9th one, the seated flutter kicks, was for sure my hardest. The bicycle was the next one. I did struggle a little bit with that. However, this one, I'm kind of getting back at her, pushing through the pain and gonna finish the video. So again, hope you like this video. Feel free to repeat this and do this 2 or 3 times. You can do a solid 20 or 30 minutes straight on your abs and core. People do it on their chest and their biceps and stuff all the time. Why not do it for your core? A lot of people are weak in the core, and videos like this are going to not make you weak. Otherwise, comment down below, subscribe, hit the notification icon, and it'll alert you to when I post new content. Don't forget, do your stretches afterwards. Upward facing dog and cobra is probably one of the best stretches you can do for your core after you finish abs. Stretch everything out, get that lactic acid out. Have yourself a great day, and bye for now.